In today's tutorial, let's do the vintage blossom dishcloth. Let's get started right after this. Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd as well as yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today we're going to do the same pattern. These are two different patterns, but they're in fact the same thing. So what we have here in the first one here is Be My Valentine dishcloth. You can see it's got Valentine's colors. You can see that the outside looks like it's hearts. And in this one here, it's called the Vintage Blossom. You can see that they're slightly different colors, but in actual fact the pattern is identical to each other. So we're going to be working on this pattern. It also comes with the crochet diagram that you can see here, and we're going to be following this. And if you love crochet diagrams, you can see that this is pretty easy to follow. I will warn you, step number 4, we got to do something slightly different than what's in the instruction here. We have to turn this around backwards in order to have these puffs then come out to the front of the project, and we'll cover that when we get to number 4. So with today's project, I went up and I spoke to Daniel, and we're gonna do something more vintage color. So we looked on Adobe, we came up with these particular colors, more of like a wine cream, purples, blues, and we're gonna kind of create a 50s vintage theme today. So either one you're doing, it's going to be the same project. You just have to change up the colors to match whatever you prefer. So for today's project, we are going to be focusing on 4 different colors. You can choose 4 different colors. Now because this is for the kitchen, you're going to want cotton yarn. You don't want to use acrylic or anything other than cotton in the kitchen, because you can use these as dishcloths, ornamental tea towels, all of those kind of things, because they wash really easily and it is 100%. Let's begin our slip knot to start the center ring for this entire thing. So let's insert our hook and let's chain 4. We're going to create the center ring. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, and insert your hook into the beginning chain like so, and yarn over and pull through that one and the other one to create the center ring. This straggler, I want you to lay it around the ring as if it's part of the ring, so when we go to crochet the next round it'll get stuck underneath, so you'll never see the stopping and starting of this particular piece. In this pattern it says that chain 3 counts as a double crochet here and throughout. So whenever we start, we're gonna chain 3. This counts as a double crochet, which makes sense because we're gonna do 11 double crochets around the center of the ring. So double crochet into the center of the ring, leaving that straggler down on the top of the ring so it gets stuck underneath, and I want you to double crochet a total of 11 times. So that was 1, 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now you can see I'm running out of space, so because it's around the ring I can move things around. So I was on 9, so let's go 10, 11. Okay, so with the first chaining 3, that counts as a double crochet, so I should be able to count 12 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Let's just join it to the beginning. Chain 3 at the top, slip stitch across, and then that forms that. So what I want to do now is that I want to finish this color off. So how I'm gonna finish the color off is how I'm gonna do it throughout. So watch. I'm gonna cut the string and I'm gonna pull that through. And I'm just going to use this string and just weave it in and out of about an inch or so of the stitch work. So just go in and out, and what you're going to do next time you're coming across this is that the stitches that you're going to apply over this will trap this underneath, so it'll be really good. You can also just leave a bit out, and I'll show you how to do a darning needle if you wish to really fasten that in permanently as well. So without further ado, because you've covered this over, you can get rid of that middle one so that you don't have any loose ends hanging out of your work. Go right down in and you're good to go. So let's move up to the next round. So let's take my next color, and this is more of a wine color, and I'm going to create a slip knot first, and I'm just gonna go into any one of the single or double crochets that are there. So you can follow the chart as is, or you can just follow my drift here, and I want you to attach it. So just attach it with a slip stitch and then chain 3, which counts as a double crochet. So for this entire round, all the way around, is that I want you to come back into the same space where you joined, same stitch, and double crochet, and I want you to double crochet twice in each one of the stitches going all the way around. Okay, so this will expand the circle like this, and please do that. So 2 double crochets in each stitch going all the way around, and I'll see you back here in just a moment. So I'm coming up all the way around and I have the last one, and there's 2 double crochets in the final one, of course, because we're putting 2 in each one of the stitches. And then I'm just gonna join this with the top of the beginning chain 3, and I want to fasten this off color, and I want to do it just like I showed you already before, and when I come back I'm gonna start on the next color that's gonna be in my little list. So let's begin to do that next. So let's begin my next color. I'm bringing blue back in. I've already assigned all the colors on my sheet of paper to what I wanted with my 4 colors, and I'm gonna go into any one of the double crochets. You can just choose any one that is in there, and I want you to attach it like I've shown you before. Okay, so just slip stitch it to attach it, and then chain 3, which counts as a double crochet in the rules of this particular pattern. So the next one is going to be 2 double crochets into the next stitch, and in the next stitch it's just 1 double crochet. Okay, so the next one is 2 double crochets in the same stitch, and the next one is 1. Continue to do that same pattern going all the way around for this round. So I'm coming up all the way back around. I'm just following the same pattern of 2 into 1 and then 1 into the next. The final stitch, if you're following the pattern, should be 2 double crochets into the final stitch before joining it to the top of the beginning chain 3. So I'm going to fasten off this yarn like I've shown you before, and then bring back the next color for my next revolution. So let's begin my next color. So this one is going to be a Bobble revolution of number 4, and I've kind of warned you about this one in the very beginning. So we've been crocheting around and around. Now bobbles, whenever you do bobbles, they naturally fall to the other side to create the bump on the other side. So it doesn't say to do this in the pattern, but in order to get that, so if I bobble right now, the bobble is gonna appear on the back side, which is when it's laying down. You're never gonna see it. So you need to turn your project backward, and you can see all my tails are on the other side, and I want you to attach into any one of the stitches. Okay, so just attach, and we are gonna go just attach, and then we're gonna chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. So on top of doing bobble work on this one, we also have to do an expansion round as well, so we have to add more extra stitches. So in this one what we're going to do is gonna have 1 double crochet standing by itself. The next one will have 2 double crochets in there, so you got your expansion, and the next one is a bobble. So how you do the bobbles is just like this. Watch. So going into the next stitch we're gonna do bobbles, and they consist of 5 double crochets kind of together. So we're gonna wrap the hook and going into the next stitch, noticing that I'm putting this straggler down on top so I can lose it underneath, and I'm gonna yarn over, pull through 2 and hold. I want to get a total of continuing to do that until I get 6 of these on the hook. So just yarn over, same stitch, pull through 2 and hold. Same one, wrap, same stitch, pull through 2 and hold. So now I have 4 of the 6 that I need. Pull through 2 and hold. And one more time. So now that you have 6 loops on your hook, you're going to yarn over and pull through all 6, and you're gonna see how it just naturally pops out to the front side of the work. So now what we're going to do is that we're gonna continue the growth going all the way around. So just the next stitch is 1 double crochet by itself, and then the next one is 2 into the same one. So you have your expansion. So let's review this round one more time. Okay, so that's your expansion. The next one is a bobble. So let's wrap the hook into the next stitch, pull through 2 and hold, and you keep doing that until you get 6 loops on your hook. Okay, so here's my 6 now, you can see, and then pull through all 6 like that, and then start again. So the next one is a single or double crochet by itself, and the next one is 2 into the same one. I'm gonna review this one more time because I have to do it off camera anyway. Okay, so the next one is a bobble. So there's just looking for the 5 double crochets, which equals 6 loops on the hook before you pull through. Like so. Yarn over, pull through all 6, and then the next one is a single or double crochet by itself, and then the next one is two into the same one. Continue that same pattern going all the way around, and you're going to notice that the bobbles are starting to pop out on the other side, which is the good side of what you wanted. See? Told you. So I'm coming up to the end of the revolution, and you should have a bobble done as your very final stitch. So I'm just keeping with the same rhythm, and in the final stitch there should be a bobble. Okay, so that's how you would do this round. This one is a kind of a fun round. It really starts to bring out the texture, and you'll notice on the other side, which is the good side, that you'll have some really great definition of work. Pulling through all of them, and then just join it to the top at the beginning. Chain 3. I want you to fasten off, and this is what it looks like on the other side. So you can see that got some really nice bobble work going on. Let's move along to and fasten this off and bring back the next color, and then start row number 5 together. So let's start on with our next color. I'm bringing back my wine, and I'm gonna go into any one of the stitches. So I've got it turned now that I can see the bobbles. So this is the front side of the work. So if you're looking at the other side and the bobbles are not there, that means it's the wrong side. So let's begin and start, and we're gonna go into any one of the stitches that are on the outside. You can follow the pattern exactly if you wish. By just changing the locations like this, it actually kind of makes it different, and it makes it more round as well. So it's a completely personal choice. So let's begin by attaching and chaining up 3, which counts as a double crochet. So for this revolution is really quite simple, is that the next 2 are gonna be by themselves. They're double crochets, and then the next one is gonna be 2 into the same one. So the next stitch, 2 into the same one. So the repeat pattern on this whole round is that there's gonna be 3 standing by themselves, and then 2 into the next. So let's do the repeat pattern. So you got 1, and you got 2 and 3, and then the next one will have 2 into the same one. So please do that same idea going all the way around in order to complete this round, which is round number 5. So I'm coming up all the way back around. So now all the last stitch is that I just have to make sure I put in 2 double crochets into the final stitch in order to make it work. Okay, so then you're just gonna join it to the top at the beginning, chain 3 like so, and what I want you to do is fasten that off and weave in your ends, and let's begin then row number 6. So let's start on row number 6. So you can attach it to any one of the double crochets going all the way around, and just going in like so, and then just attach. So just with the slip stitch, and then chain 3, which counts as a double crochet. So for this round what we have going on is that there's going to be 4 double crochets in a row. So let's do the next 3. So 1, 2 and 3. So the first chaining of 3 counts as one of the 4, by the way. And then the next one is 2 double crochets into the same one. Okay, so this whole revolution is really quite easy. So it's gonna be 4 in a row. So let's do that. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then the next one is 2 into the same one. So please do that same idea going all the way around. So I'm just finishing up this revolution. There's 5 stitches left, and which makes sense because I just finished 2 here. So then you're just going to continue with the same counts. So you'll have 4 in a row by itself, and then the final stitch there will be 2 double crochets in the final, just like this. Okay, and we just want to join it to the top at the beginning, chain 3. So what I want you to do now is just fasten this off, and I'll bring back the next color. In the next color we're gonna start forming what appears to be the heart shapes next. Okay, I'm gonna bring back the purple. I'm gonna do purple hearts on mine. It's up to you what colors that you wish to do. So we're going to attach it to, and we're gonna create the foundation of the hearts. The hearts will not appear in this round, but they are the foundation to get it started. We're gonna just insert to any one of the double crochets going all the way around to begin. Let's fasten that on. So just with the slip stitch, chain 3, which counts as a double crochet. In the same stitch I want you to double crochet again, followed by a chain 1, and then double crochet once again twice into the same stitch. So the heart, these are what is looking like the hearts at this moment. It just doesn't look like it. So it's gonna be 2 double crochets, a chain 1 and 2 double crochets. I want you to then chain 2, and I want you to skip to the next 6th. So skip over 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, go to the 6, and I want you to reach over and double crochet twice. So 1 and 2, and then chain 1 and then 1 and 2 into the same one. So you're thinking, okay, that doesn't look like the pattern right now. Don't you worry, because what's gonna happen in the next round is that we're gonna play in the front here, which is gonna push these back, and then it's only gonna expose what appears to be the heart shape. So remember what you do. You chain 2 once you got that done, skip to the 6th one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and double crochet twice. In the 6th one, chain 1 and double crochet 2 more times in the same one to create the heart. So please do that same idea going all the way around. So I'm coming up all the way around. You can see that I got spaces, and these are the beginning of the hearts, and I'm just doing my last set here. It's like a shell, and once I get that one done, I chain 2 and then just fasten on attached to the beginning, chain 3 way over here. So I want you to fasten this yarn off and then come back. We're gonna join this white back in, and that will then fill in the layers that you're seeing here that is not quite obvious yet. So just fasten this off and bring back the color that you used right here. So let me call your attention here. So we're about to move on to the next level. We've just done the purple, which appears to be the red hearts here, but we have to fill in the spaces in between the hearts, and that's what we're about to do. But you're gonna notice something here, is that in the diagram, if you're a diagram reader, you're going to notice and see 4 double crochets here, and it appears the lines are going over number 7. That's because they are. So right here, when you put in these double crochets, you're going to push that chain 2 back. So when you're going to double crochet right here, you'll push this chain 2 back out of the way, so then the white will then clearly come up over the top, and then what's gonna happen is that you are going to get your 4 in there. You're going to make sure you miss the ones that are right directly beside the hearts. Okay, you're gonna chain 1 and then just single crochet into the middle chain 1 of the hearts area, and then chain 1 and then again just skip the first one and then go into the next 4, skip the next one, chain 1, and come into the center of the heart. Let's begin to do that next. So we're just gonna bring back the white, and I want to attach this where it does say on the pattern. So this one I'm not gonna improvise on my own here. So we're gonna come into the middle one of a heart. So it's a chain 1, so look at it, and it's the middle one. And I want you to attach your yarn with the slip stitch, chain 1, and single crochet into the same one. And I'm gonna have to use a darning needle to hide this one in. So what I want to do is that I want to chain 1, and so now we have the space in between, and what we want to do is that there's only 3 stitches that you can play in. So if you look at it, this one here and this one here is the ones right beside the hearts. You have to ignore those. So you just have to play within the 3. The middle one of the 3 is gonna get 2 double crochets. So push in this chain back out of the way. You were just gonna skip 1, go to the second over for 1 double crochet. The next one is gonna have 2 double crochets because it's the middle one of the 3. Okay, so you still are growing, and then the next last double crochet that you're gonna play with here is just gonna be 1 double crochet by itself. So once you get those 3 done, chain 1 and single crochet to the one right in the middle, just right around the space, and then begin again. So chain 1. Okay, you're gonna skip the first one, go to the second one over, just push that purple chain out of the way. Okay, the first one's by itself, the next one there's gonna be 2, and then the next one, sorry, that one's gonna have 2, and then the next one is 1 by itself. Okay, so you got your 3 in there, you're converting it to 4, chain 1, and then chain 1, or sorry, single crochet to the middle of the heart, chain 1, and begin again. So skip the first one, push that purple back. So the first one's by itself, the next one's gonna have 2, the next one's by itself, chain 1, and then single crochet to the middle of the next heart. So please continue to do that all the way around. When you get all the way back around, you're gonna chain 1 and then just join it to the beginning single crochet that you started with, and please fasten this color off. We just have 1 more to go, and this is the final perimeter, and in my case I think it might be blue, and I'll be back in just a moment. So I'm going to bring back the blue. It's the final revolution. You can join it onto anywhere. Let me just show you what you need to do. So in the chain 1 spaces, you're gonna go right into a chain 1 space. In single crochets, you're gonna go in single crochets. So it's just gonna attach to any one of the single crochets to start. Just attach, chain 1, single crochet. So I want you to just one single crochet in everything going around. Okay, so if it's a single crochet you're gonna go there. Okay, so in this case there's 4. So the next stitch, then there is a chain 1 space, so go right into the chain 1 space. Then the next one is a single crochet, go into that one, and then go into the single crochet in the next one on the other side. Okay, so it's just single crochets all the way around, and just make sure you don't forget those chain 1 spaces that you have to put one in between. So I'm about to hit another one there, so chain 1 space, single crochet into the middle one, and chain 1 space on the other side of that. So continue to do that all the way around. So I'm just coming up all the way around. It's just one single crochet into each one of the stitches going all the way around. So here's a gap space, middle, and a gap space. So I'm going to just join it to the top of the beginning single crochet, or to the beginning single crochet, and I want you to fasten off. When I come back I'm gonna show you how to weave in your ends, so that if you're gonna actually use this, I see this as more decorative than anything, but if you physically want to use this, I'm gonna show you how to weave in your ends using a darning needle so that they will not fall out as you're washing your dishes. So I'll be right back with the darning needle, and this is what it looks like so far, and this is what the back looks like with the woven in ends. So now it's time to weave in your ends using a darning needle. So I have a habit of burying the ends as I go, so therefore it makes it less work in the end. But if you're not one of those kind of people and you are gonna use this as a dishcloth, the weaving of it through a darning needle is the best way to go. It will never fall out then. So just put your strands on a needle and just only play within the same color. So if you go back and forth in the same fibers, okay, so not just gap spaces but go right and separate fibers back and forth 3 times in different paths in the same area, you will end up having your yarn strands kind of tangle within each other, and therefore they'll never fall out. Okay, so that was my 3rd time. So now I can safely trim that down. So with the ends that you have, especially that one with the white, was it that I got all the way around, is that especially when you have stuff like this, you want to make sure that you get these in and use a darning needle, especially in the outsides, because those are probably gonna have the most friction of anything. Okay, so just put a darning needle on and just glide under the same color, but making sure that you're separating some plies out with your darning needle. I have lost my good sharp one. It's probably hiding in a safe spot, but back and forth 3 times in close to the same path. But if you go in the exact same path, you'll just pull it out. So you have to make sure you always kind of just go in slightly different from where you came out, and then go into a different set of fibers, and back and forth 3 times will naturally hide in your yarn like this, and then you can safely cut it right down to the project like so. Okay, so what I want you to do is just do that, and then I'll come back, I'll just show you my finished example. So here's my finished example. You can see it looks like hearts on the outside. It's actually really quite nice. It's a fair sized dishcloth, I have to say, and there's what the back looks like. All the ends are woven in, and this is a really neat idea. So if you're looking for a great project for a dishcloth, something pretty ornamental, you can do that. You can also if you want to, put a loop on it, and you can hang it from inside of your cabinetry or the outside if you wish. It's very decorative. You could even do something, as long as it's safe, hang something so it goes over the stove handle as well, so that again it's more decorative than anything, but use common sense when it comes to anything in the kitchen, of course. So until next time, I'm Mikey on behalf of the Crochet Crowd as well as yarnspirations.com. Have a great day, and we'll see you again real soon, and I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. Bye bye.